Mercedes, Heal Your Grief. Tell us a little bit more about the book.
Right, now Heal Your Grief has got a bit of a personal story behind it, because I have written this book after my father's death. Yeah, the weird thing was, at the time when I started writing the book, I didn't realize that I was writing about myself in a way, but actually what happened, when my father died, I thought, well, you know, I'm going to be fine. I have done so much personal development work, and I had a very good relationship with my father, and I thought everything was sorted. I thought, you know, there'd be no issue because we didn't have any problems. However, that really was not so, because shortly after his death I found out a few things about the early part of his life, which absolutely shocked me, and I know it was just sort of my way of seeing things, but it made me see my father in a completely different light of how I'd seen him throughout my entire life. And that started a very strange process, and I started harboring guilt, I started harboring anger, and all sorts of things, and my mother went through the same process, even though she didn't know what I knew. And I thought, well, obviously, you know, some serious work is needed here. And I was working on myself, and I was working on my mother, and I was working on my mother by stealth, if you like, which was quite a challenge to me, working with somebody so close to me. When I say by stealth, my mother, every time I would talk to her openly about it, it wouldn't work. She would go into resistance. So I had to develop other techniques, which really moved me forward in my understanding of the grief and bereavement process enormously, and also in the way how we can deal with it and what areas we have to address. So in that sense it was an enormous growth and learning process for me, and that is what Heal Your Grief, even though my father isn't mentioned at all in the book, is all about. It's what I have learned through that period, and I felt it will help so many people to shorten the bereavement process, which has taken me, well, nearly 2.5 years, when, you know, really it could be done much faster. And I hope, sincerely hope, anybody who buys the book will take to heart the advice, will do the exercises in the book, because I know it will help people to really shorten the process. There is no need for anybody to grieve for years and put their lives on hold, and that is the message of this book, and I hope that it will help many, many people.
Thank you, Mercedes. One point just to follow up on, a lot of people have problems with expressing their emotions, and at these particular times, on rare occasions when they have to express grief, they may find it very difficult to grieve properly. Is there a process whereby you can grieve properly, or is there a way that this can be shortened to eliminate the distress centred around grief?
Yes, actually that's a very good question, Barry, and yes, indeed, we all have problems. I certainly had a degree in hiding all my problems all my life, you know, it's conditioning. Heal Your Grief, the book, goes into this in quite some detail, and yes, there are exercises that will help you confront your grief. When I say confront, that sounds very confrontational, it is not, but it's a way of acceptance, being in tune with your feelings, and the exercises in that book will help you to do just that.
Thank you, Mercedes. I'm sure that would be very helpful to a lot of people.
Thank you.